If you still cannot believe that the Father cares for its creation, look about at the radiant flowers in the fields. How beautiful they are. Consider the brilliant thought which has gone into their design, their beauty. Where will you find the colors that you see in their petals? With all this wisdom, Solomon himself could not have been able to make such beautiful clothes made for himself. See the way that the flowers attract the bees, and the bees help to bring in the next season's seeds to make your world beautiful and to give you food. Why can you not believe and trust in the Father when the world around you is planned, designed, and cared for in such a wonderful way? Father love is the source of all health. Therefore, all thoughts and feelings contrary to Father love bring sickness. Just as your evils and sickness begin in the mind, so does your good. Have as much care for your neighbor as you have for yourself. But remember this: living plants and trees, unlike mankind, cannot complain about their lot and see themselves as hungry and naked, and so they do not undo the work the Father does in them. It's you, with your continual complaining and talking about what you lack, your aggression towards each other, your insistence on retribution, your criticism and slandering, which makes your lack and your sickness consistent day after day. I've told you all these things to prepare you who are sick for healing. You cannot be healed unless you believe with all your hearts that healing will take place. Remember that sickness of the body arises from an illness within the mind, such as your bad temper, resentments, angers, and hatred. If you were to fully examine your mind, and you were to ask yourself, am I holding anything that is contrary to the Father love within my mind? And if you were to find yourself say yes, then you know that you can take this to the divine and ask for a resolution of it. Maybe you have so much that it's overwhelming. You think, oh, I have this huge list of things that are causing me grievance. Well, this is exactly why you're human, and this is exactly why you came to play this game, so that you could overcome those things that are so daunting and difficult to overcome in front of you. But once you do it, and you will do it, once you overcome, there is freedom on the other side. You will never enter the kingdom of heaven by being anxious. If you're having a hard time today, why moan about it? Will it make you feel any better if you go about complaining? Will it brighten your day? And if you're anxious about your tomorrows, you are making your tomorrows burdensome and weary before you even get to them. Why do it? What good will it do for you? When did anxiety ever accomplish anything for you? You might as well try to make yourself taller by being anxious that you're short. No. Do not dwell on the things that you do not have. Dwell on the things which can be yours if you turn to the Father within you and ask in perfect faith, believing you will receive. And I will tell you without fear of contradiction that you will receive. But you must ask properly, believing. You will receive nothing if you ask, but at the same time you wonder whether you've been heard or whether the Father will feel like giving you what you want. This is the human way of giving, but it is not the way of the Father, which gives abundantly and fulfills your needs. When you do not believe that you will receive, you will not receive, because everything is based off of belief, what it is that you believe. So this is the trickiest part of the whole meal deal, is truly having that faith that is unshakable. Another difficult part is getting through the day without being negative. So this is what happened to me the other day. First time in my life. Maybe I already told you about it. But I was having this feeling. So I was down in Mexico like a week ago or so. And it didn't go as planned, although it kind of went as I was told it would. Kind of. But anyways, I'm down there, and my bank card's not working. It had been shut off because of something that my daughter had tried to purchase, and so I can't call, the 1-800 number because I'm in a different country, and it wouldn't let me do the thing, and it was, so anyways, I'm stressed out. Well, I'm on my trip, and I don't normally get stressed out. Like, it takes a lot. It has been pretty intense, actually, the last couple of weeks. The feelings that have come up, I haven't had these in years. And they were completely unfounded. I didn't need to be stressed out about it, but I did because this all came up so that I could resolve something. So what's happening is I had this feeling, and I have never had this in my whole entire life, not one time, of feeling as though I had been betrayed by the divine. This lasted for about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, of me sitting there seriously contemplating, seriously thinking, like, I feel like I've been betrayed. What have I done? Obviously, I've done something because I felt like I had been betrayed. I hadn't the whole time. This was, an illusion that I had made up in my mind. And the things that I was thinking around it were not even true. But I was feeling this. And so that feeling of feeling betrayed, it almost made me, I had the flash of like, okay, well, if you would betray me, if this is what is happening here, what am I doing this for? What am I living my life for in this way? Like, what is happening? And so this temporary period of time where I was experiencing this was extremely difficult, depleting, exhausting, but it made me go in deeper than I have gone in a long time. Why am I experiencing this? What is happening? How is this going on right now? And so being in that state was showing me, for the first time, a lack of faith that I had of thinking, what I'm doing, this is, even though I know everything I'm doing is divinely guided, go here, go there, do this, do that, say this, do the things, and this is how I'm living my life. But feeling as though, what? Was this all a mistake? Why have I been betrayed? And I was actually angry about it at the same time, too. How dare me give my life to something that isn't giving my life back? And now I'm seeing, even as I'm speaking this right now, this is a pattern from my ex-husband, right? Oh, I'm loyal. I'll be with you for 20-some freaking years. But it didn't go both ways. There was no loyalty there. And so this struck this trigger, this chord within myself, and I'm seeing, there's a repeated pattern of feeling this feeling of betrayal that has come up again. So excellent, because I got to go in deep. I got to eradicate this stuff. There can't be anything that's left in there. So anytime that these triggers come up, it's like, yay, because now I got deeper work to do, and now there's something else I can pull out. But at the time when these triggers come up, are you like, yay? Heck no. You're like, what? This isn't happening. And there could be anger, there could be sadness, there could be grief, there could be rage, it could be, who knows what it is that's coming up with it. But there's a feeling of not being supported that was in where I was at. And so, and it's hilarious because I'm looking around and I'm supported by every single person that's around me, and all the things, it's an illusion that I was believing. But what happens when somebody has the feeling there, that I had, and then they keep feeding it because they truly believe in it, they truly believe that they've been abandoned, or they truly believe that they've been betrayed, or whatever it is, what happens when you sit in that for a period of time is you are sowing the seeds over and over and over and over and over again, and they will come for harvest. Sorry, there's vacuuming outside my door. I don't know if you can hear this. But what happens when we sit in that state for a long period of time is that we just induce more and more of that same state again in the future. And is this something that we actually want? Probably not. Sorry, it's getting loud. Hopefully you can't even hear it. So when we look at our life and what it is that we've created for ourselves, I have to look back and I have to say, okay, that feeling of feeling betrayed was extremely present for about 6 months in my life about 3 years ago now. And this is I think it was about 3 years ago when I found out what happened with my husband. And so that feeling was very prevalent, and those seeds were planted nearly every day for 6 months, of a feeling of grief, of loss, of sadness, of betrayal, all of the things. Planted. Anyway, so I go up to my cabin, and to heal this and all the things, which I'm so thankful for that situation, because it led to enlightenment. So yay, thank you for all the betrayal. Anyway, so I get to that point where I then gain this illumination, this enlightenment, this deep understanding of all the things and all the everything that came through. It was amazing. And then I was told that my karma was cleared. So I'm like, okay, so this is a rewrite. So this is a scratch. We're starting from day one. And so anything that would then present itself to me, which there's been a couple incidents that have come up over the last couple years, I know was from my own self, from what it was that I was thinking or what it was that I was doing. And so this feeling of feeling betrayed, well, I had actually betrayed myself. I had betrayed myself because I had known, this was for me, this is not for me, I should be doing this, I shouldn't be doing this. And I went against this anyways, out of fear of, not being provided for in this area. Okay, well, maybe I'll be more provided for over in this area, but then this wasn't the case, which then led to me understanding, okay, so I had this huge need of, I'm going to control my life. I'm going to go against, what the divine wants for me, and I'm going to go and I'm going to do this thing and to go and take a little jaunt that'll be just fine because it's going to make me some money doing it. It was not a negative thing, but it wasn't for me. And so through myself taking that control into my own hands and taking it out of the hands of the divine, I immediately feel this feeling of, I've been betrayed, when really it was myself that had done that to myself. So you can see the intricacies that come up when you get to that point of really truly examining your life. Why am I feeling this way at this moment? Get into it really deep so that you can understand, and so that you can clear it out, and so that you don't need to take it and you don't need to carry that forward. You can be like, okay, well, I know that I feel this way because I actually betrayed myself. Excellent. I don't need to feel that way anymore. And so then what can you do in the future? Well, you can go forward in the future and you cannot do that anymore so that you're not going to have to experience that anymore. But the kingdom of heaven is within you. And so whatever is within you will be experienced outside of yourself. It'll be experienced outwardly as well. And so if I am feeling this feeling of, I've actually betrayed myself, even though I wasn't consciously thinking that, but subconsciously I knew that this was what was happening. And so I'm feeling this feeling inside of myself, and so what's going to happen? Well, it's going to be displayed in my world, visibly. It's going to come to me, this feeling of feeling as though I've been betrayed because I'm holding it within myself, so now I'm going to see it outside of myself, all because I had it within me, because I believed in it. Because there was belief that was there. And so what would have happened if I didn't believe that I was betraying myself at that time? Well, then that it would have been a completely different circumstance. It would have been completely different on the outside. And so if you truly examine your life, if there is an area where you feel like, this is not where there's lack, then go in deep and examine the beliefs that are there and your expectations. What are you expecting to happen tomorrow? The same thing as yesterday? Because it's gonna. If you expect that the only way that you can pay your bills is by working a 9 to 5 and getting this certain amount, then this is what you're going to experience because it's your belief. But if you believe, that things can come from all different kinds of sources and all different kinds of opportunities can truly come to you, and you expect these things to happen, then you will see that your expectations and beliefs will be realized. They will be materialized in the outside world. Whatever you hold inside of you, you will see outside of you as well. This is how it works. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here today. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.